All right, so the nervous system can perform tasks that we can't explain very well. The parasympathetic nervous system is the part of the autonomic nervous system that operates, that stimulates digestion, absorption of food, and elimination of waste. It also maintains your normal heart and breathing as well as lower your blood pressure. Okay, these are best when a person is relaxed. Okay, so the parasympathetic system actually controls your body functions while you're sleeping. The sympathetic nervous system works when there is a danger. Okay, this is also part of the autonomic system. It releases epinephrine into your body, and let's just say you see a snake, and it's a rattlesnake or something, and so you're seeing it, and at that time, pretty much automatically, your body is saying, "Hey, there's a dangerous snake here. Release the epinephrine." And then you go into this fight or flight response, meaning you're either going to stay and deal with it, or you're going to try to get away as quickly as possible. Now, in the case of a snake, don't just start running, because then you're likely to be struck by the snake. Okay, so it's that fight or flight response. And again, that is involuntary. All right. So sensory receptors are very sensitive to only one type of stimulus. Okay, so we're going to talk about the different sense organs. Okay, and in your fingers, especially in your toes, you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lots of nerves. For every square centimeter of skin on your hand, you have about 1,000 nerves. So that's a lot of nerves, and that helps you interpret and feel the world around you, so you can stay safe and also learn about things. All right. Sight is our predominant sense. Okay. And we'll deal more with sight in a minute. The ear deals with auditory senses. Okay. The outer ear. Okay. There is the lobe, and you guys can't see that right now because I have my headphones on, but it leads into the external auditory canal. Okay. And that is essentially the ear thing in there. And then the tympanic membrane is the eardrum, and that vibrates with the sound. Then in the middle ear, that sound vibrates against three bones. These are the smallest bones in the body: the malleus, the incus, and the stapes. Okay. The eustachian tube. Okay, it says here the eustachian tube is designed. Hold on. I can't find my notes. I can't read my notes very well. Hold on. All right. So the eustachian tube is a tube that is in the middle ear, and it helps drain fluid. It can get clogged up, and that can lead to inner ear infections. I used to have inner ear infections a lot because of that, and they ended up having to put tubes in my ears to help drain the excess fluid because I kept having trouble hearing. The vibrations of the sound weren't working, the bones and stuff weren't vibrating properly. Okay. The inner ear consists of the cochlea. It is this little snail-shaped structure, and it receives vibrations and transforms them into nerve pulses to be sent to the brain. And then the semicircular canals near the cochlea also help provide a sense of balance. These are the ones that when you're spinning around and stuff like that, and you stop, there's fluid in there that still is moving, and that's why you still feel like you're spinning even if you're not spinning. All right, the eye. The eye has different parts. The outer layer is the sclera. It's white. Okay, and then there's the cornea, which is that transparent portion of the sclera that allows light in. It also helps protect your eye a bit. The choroid is the middle layer. Okay, and it's thin, contains a lot of blood vessels. The iris is pigmented, and it has, it's located right behind the cornea. That's the muscle of the eye. That's the part that contracts and everything like that. And the pupil is just the hole in the iris that allows light to go through. That's the black part. The iris can be different colors and stuff like that. One of the symptoms of a stroke is uneven dilation of your pupils, where one is big and one is small, and that's what I had. It wasn't a lot, but it was definitely noticeable. The retina is the innermost layer, and that is, it contains specialized neurons in their fibers. They have photoreceptors that are stimulated by light, and then they're transmitted to the optic nerve and then sent to your brain. Other parts of the eye are the lens, okay? The lens is the structure that helps focus the light, okay? The aqueous humor is located between the lens and the cornea, and that's the watery fluid that diffuses from the blood vessels. The vitreous humor is the larger chamber in the eyeball behind the lens, and it's a clear jelly substance that helps support the eye. Lacrimal glands are the tear glands. This is what helps moisturize your eye and also gets rid of particles that get in there. Okay, that's why if something gets in your eye, your eyes start watering a lot. All right, your minor senses, cutaneous response. This is your skin receptors. There's touch, heat, cold, pain, and pressure. Your olfactory, smell. Okay, your olfactory receptors, and your taste, which consists of your 5 basic taste sensations: sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and umami, which is kind of savory. Now, I'm going to go back to the eye a little bit. I want to talk about these 2 parts of... Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. Never mind. All right. So here's how, I mentioned this earlier, so this is just about how hearing and balance work, okay? So, I'm not going to go into this again, but this is what it's about. If you want to look into it in more detail, it's on pages 469 and 470 in your book. All right, sight, okay? So we can see light in the visible spectrum, okay? Because of the lens, we can accommodate visually through focus on objects at different distances, okay? Rods, your cells, your eyes contain cells that are specialized cells that are rods, and this is what a rod looks like. My nephew said it looks like he's about ready to cook something on a hibachi grill, okay? The reason why he is black and white here is because he's sensitive to low light, and so this is what you can see in dim light, objects in dim light, but you can't see them in color, so you just see like a black silhouette, okay? Cones, this guy right here, these guys detect color, and there are 3 types of them: one for red, one for green, and one for blue, okay? And it's concentrated in the fovea, which is like this little indentation in the eye, okay? You actually have more cones than you do rods, okay? And again, what you see is these pigments, like photoreceptors, and the rods and the cones send messages to the, they change light energy into nerve impulses, and then that information gets sent to the brain to be interpreted.